And we're live. Welcome to the Awesome Dynamic Show. My name is Paul DeWarian with Awesome Dynamic. And with me today, I have Blake. Blake, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey folks, I'm a SEO assistant and Amazon consulting assistant with Awesome Dynamic. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. And we're going to right away flip over to our different screens, tell you a little bit about what we do. I'm going to do that right now. And Blake, I recommend you put your show notes up there.
Got it.
And I'm going to force the sharing of my screen here. All right. And just to tell you a little bit about what we do before we get started here, Awesome Dynamic, we do search engine optimization, which is essentially online marketing and get your business found on Google. We do responsive web design, which is mobile-friendly website design that adapts to the different devices that you have. We do Amazon seller consulting, helping your products get onto Amazon, getting seen by millions, and help you promote those products so you can begin selling to lots of people. And we also do Google Maps Business View, which is essentially virtual tours connected to Google Maps. And joining us just now is Robin. Robin, would you like to
Hello.
introduce yourself?
I'm Robin.
All right. And Robin runs the SEO here at Awesome Dynamic as well. So, and right now I'm sharing my screen, Robin, just so you're up to speed on everything. We also have the Awesome Dynamic Academy coming up. Coming up in the next week or so. We're really excited. We've recorded lots of videos. We're getting everything together, and we're really excited to launch that program. And you can learn more about it if you go to awesomedynamicacademy.com. You're going to pull up here. And take control of your business online, get more customers from the internet, know what you should be doing online, talk with real online marketing experts, do it yourself and save money, discover how to prioritize your time. And all of our webinars that we're doing, including like the one that you're watching right now, are available right here on the webinars link. And you can watch all our past webinars by going through here. Blake writes the show notes, so you can see at what points in time we talk about each item. And again, any valuable links that we have, we post in there as well, which is always a great resource for you. So today, Robin, I didn't mention earlier, but we have somebody that I met today at the networking group who wanted to, who attended our review party as well, was having problems getting, we weren't able to leave reviews on her listing. So I wanted to help her out with that today.
Okay.
And let me see, she actually posted on the webinar page, let me see if I can pull it up here. Joan Zietlow, she has vibranthealthandhealing.com, so we're going to pull up her website real quick. All right, and this looks like it's forwarding to another website, which is, I don't think that's going to pose a problem, at least for getting a Google My Business listing set up. But if you're looking to really advance your online presence sometime in the future, having your own website presence that's disconnected from, from an overall corporation is going to allow you to really capitalize on all the unique things that you can do to make your online presence much more prominent. Anyway, let's see if we can find her on gybo.com. And Joan said that she'd join us for this, so if we're not able to get Joan to answer some of our questions as to where she's located or anything like that, we might need to postpone this and visit some other topics here.
Well, it says Aurora here, so.
Oh, okay. So she told me she lives in Winnetka. I remember that today.
But I don't know if that's the town Aurora.
Right. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. She is coming up. So even though that first screen on gybo.com didn't reveal her website, we do see there is a listing for Vibrant Health and Healing right here, and it's in Winnetka, and I wonder if that's hers. And she's not here to confirm in the webinar right now.
Yeah, and then I also see a Vibrant Health Inc. that's in Glenview.
Yeah, we were talking about that one today, and she said that is not her.
Okay.
But this one in Winnetka has got to be her. So I hesitate to continue with setting up a new Google account to do something with this one because it looks like there's already something up, and we do not want to create a duplicate because duplicate listings are a pretty big pain to get rid of. All right. So with that being said, I wanted to remind our viewers that at any time you can use the Q&A portion of the webinar here when you're in the webinar to ask any questions that you have. In the lower right-hand corner, there's a green button that says Ask a Question. So if you'd like us to evaluate your website, evaluate your presence on Google, or just answer any specific questions that you have, click on that little green button in the lower right-hand corner, and we can certainly help you out with whatever you mention. But with that being said, Joan, I'm very sorry we can't continue here. I'd really like to make sure we have the correct account. So, Joan, if you are joining the webinar, please email me your username and password to the Google account that's controlling this Vibrant Health and Healing listing. So this way I can log into that account and see if we can help you out here. Do not post that in the questions, but after you email me, let me know so this way I can go in and find that and get that going. So with that being said, wanted to go back to some different topics. We've been covering a whole bunch of topics, and I'm going to mention one more time. If you have any specific questions or would like to share who you are and what business you have, the website that you have, we'd love to help you out. Just click on the Ask a Question button in the lower right-hand corner, and we'd love to take a look at your presence online to help you out. So we last few webinars, we've been going through a whole bunch of different topics that have been really critical to improving your online presence, and all those topics are things that we have in our Awesome Dynamic Academy, and we're taking portions of these webinars and including them as videos in that Awesome Dynamic Academy to help folks that sign up to improve their online presence. And I am working on pulling up the list of topics that we have because I know we have a few more to visit. I'm taking a look here. Robin, do you remember which one we left off on? Pulling up on my computer now. So set up analytics. I know we did that. We did complete the analytics. Check your website. Check your website for current keywords. That's a great topic. You want to do that one?
Yeah, what number is that?
That's number 23 in our list.
Okay. So let's pick a website.
We can take a look at the one for Joan since I had it up here. Do you want to do this one?
Sure.
All right. So I'm using okay. So all right. So checking your website for keywords. So I'm using a browser called Chrome. It's the browser that Google has created, and there's many browsers out there like Internet Explorer or Firefox. There's Safari that a lot of Apple users use to look at the internet. But all these different things allow you to view the source code of the site. And in Chrome, I can simply right-click out in the left margin here, and there's an option that says View Page Source. Now, in Firefox or Internet Explorer or Safari, it may say something different, but it's essentially you're looking for this word source, and that's going to bring you back to the source code. And looking at this, it looks very intimidating, but the one thing that we're looking for is the word keywords, and I actually saw it right here at the bottom. But if you don't see something right away in here, all of these different browsers offer the option of doing a find find function. So I can hold Control and hit F on my keyboard. Gives me an area to type, and I can type in keywords, all one word. And see how it turned this orange down there? It's indicating that here it is. So if that was lower on the page and I didn't see it right here, it would have jumped me down to that area to see that that's there. And then we can see to the right of it, this is called a meta tag for keywords. You can see the right of it that it says content equals, and there's nothing inside here. So essentially, what we're seeing here is the home page of this website has no keywords attached to it. Now, there might be words on the page, there might be words in this content here, but that one space, as well as a few other places that we're going to cover in later videos, is one of the major ones where we want to indicate what is the one keyword for this home page or for this site that's the most important. All right, and as you take a look at the home page, if I go to, let's say, the health coaching page here, and I do the same thing, view the source, and I take a look at the keywords, I would think that the words health coaching would be in here because that's what this page is all about. But again, that's missing. Robin, do you have any comments on this so far that you'd like to make?
Yeah, when you're looking at your keywords, remember that the keyword doesn't have to be one word. It can be a phrase. For example, instead of health, it could be health coach, or probably one of the keywords would be health coaching, or something like nutrition coaching. Those would all be some great keywords that you can start with. And you can generate more ideas by just typing it into Google. So you like health coaching.
I'm going to switch to your screen, Robin, because I see your...
So I just typed it into Google, and if you scroll down to the bottom, there's always related searches. So those give you a couple more words that you can put into your content. Those are highly searchable words. And what the general feeling with keyword research is you want to go with words that make sense, first off, for your business and for your customers. And second off, you want high traffic and low competition for those words. So you can see, for example, on Google, health coaching has about 53 million results. We put them in quotes usually. And what do the quotes do, Paul?
Well, that makes it exact match. So the 53 million that you mentioned, that's actually a phrase match, meaning that the words health and coaching appear somewhere on the page, not necessarily next to each other. And there's 53 million pages on the internet that have those words together. And then when you put the quotes around it, it's called an exact match search. And that essentially triggers Google to show us how many pages on the internet have those two words exactly in that order. And you see we dropped from 53 million to 743,000.
Yeah, so that's still pretty reasonable, but you want to have even lower competition so that you're one of the only ones that pop up on Google when you search it. Mm-hmm. And so when you talk about keywords, you want to do high traffic, low competition, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need millions of people searching for it. Even if there's only 500 a month searching for it, and you grab half of those, and then that would be a ton of traffic coming to your site and potential customers converting.
Right. Now, just to show how the competition drops when you make this into what's called a long tail keyword, if we just add some words at the end of this, so yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Robin. Health coaching in Lake County.
Oh, no.
Wow. That's...
How about in Illinois? Yeah, it looks like health coaching is actually better.
That's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Very surprising. Or something's amiss with our method here. Maybe something's changed with Google. Google. I think Google changes things every so often, don't they?
So yeah, like this is a great. Yeah, they do. But this is a great example. Health coaching in Winnetka. There's no competition.
Right. So if the homepage of Joan's website had the keyword health coaching in Winnetka, she would come up immediately. There'd be no question there. So that's a very low competition keyword. So then the question is, for traffic, are people actually searching that keyword within Winnetka? But that's a different story, different video. We can get into that later. But
here's a great one: health coach in Lake County. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not many people. Not many results for that at all. But circling back, I want to make a comment on one thing you said, Robin, which was that we use the word keywords when we really mean the word keyword phrases. So a keyword doesn't mean just one word. It just means a keyword phrase is just a group of words that are together that we might want to rank for. So going back to the site and like how do I identify whether or not we have that on there? That's where I was looking at the source code to see if there's anything there. But I wanted to do another example. Robin, did you want to visit? Why don't we visit Libertyville Massage? And if you go to go to one of our services here, Swedish Massage, that's great. And
so I can just do on the front end Swedish Massage and see how many times. So it's in there 11 times.
Right. That's
That'd
just
be a
on
little
the front
high.
end.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and look at the back end. So do the view source. And do that thing where we just type in the word keyword.
Keyword?
Yeah, just type in the word keyword so we can see where it's in the meta tag. Okay, and see how it says meta name, keywords, and then in between content it says Swedish Massage?
Yeah.
So we're indicating to Google right there that this page is about that. And you can see, if you go ahead and type in a Swedish Massage in the back end here. All right, so on the front end it showed 11 times. The back end we even see it more times because we're able to embed it in all the ways Google allows us to embed it. And then if you put a hyphen in between there, Robin, you'll see that in other places, maybe in the image name, we're seeing a whole bunch of versions. We're seeing 5 more versions with a hyphen in it. So after everything's said and done, you're essentially getting 20 versions of the keyword. Now we're not stuffing it in any way, which you actually can get penalized for. We're using it in all the ways that Google says it's okay. So we have it quite a few times on the page here. We have it in the picture name, so the actual file name of the picture. You can see it's on the left navigation there, and it's in quite a few things in the back end. But having it hyper-focused is important. But again, the topic is, how do I check my website for keywords? And one of the best ways to check is just go to the page that you're checking, view the source, and type in keywords and see what's in that spot. If you have nothing there, or the word keywords doesn't even show up in the back end, you know that you don't have any specific keyword that you're trying to rank for, and then that needs to be fixed. Now, there's other people that I'll come across that have way too many keywords, and I'm trying to think of an example of a site, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. There's some people that put tons and tons and tons of words in for each of their different pages, and you don't want to do that. If you do too many, you can get penalized by Google for keyword stuffing. So
you can change them around too. So for example, if I had a ton of content on here, let's just say 1,500 words, then I could do Swedish massages 1, then I could do Swedish massages as a completely different keyword.
Right, with the S, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then you might think, well, wouldn't it look silly if I had Swedish massage and Swedish massages as 2 different pages on my website? Well, yeah, it would look silly. So you pick one to be one of your main pages, and that's where you really utilize your blog. So on your blog, you can make a blog article that talks about the benefits of Swedish massages, and you write a whole new piece of content that is pertaining to that, but it's not one of your main links in your website. It's more of an article talking about the benefits or some sort of spin or perspective on that particular keyword that you're trying to rank for. So that's how you begin adding all those other versions or variations of the word on your website.
Yeah, and let's say you don't have a ton of keywords on your content, so within the title, the content, the metadata, the pictures, everything should be centered around that keyword. If you don't, all you have to do is go ahead and write some more content and just have it naturally written for humans, and search engines will naturally pick it up.
Right.
Is the theory behind it. Right.
And speaking of that, it sounds easy, but a lot of people kind of get hung up with the, oh God, I don't know what to say. The focus should be, how do I provide value to somebody who might be reading this? So, here on this page we have a section that tells you the benefits. It's some bullet points. We have a picture. If you noticed on some of the other pages we have, that are at the top, I think the top 3 have videos that show that kind of demonstrate it. So we're providing a page with content that is valuable to the people who are coming to the website to learn about this information. All right. So I think what we should do is, well, first I'm going to pause for a moment. Those of you that are watching the webinar now, again, we encourage you to ask questions in the lower right-hand corner. Well, if you don't have anything in the lower right-hand corner, if you put your mouse over the screen, you're logged in with your Google account on this Google Hangout. You click on the Q&A button on the left side, and on the lower right-hand corner, there's a green button that says Ask a Question. So you push that button and just put in your question. You can tell us who you are, your website. We can evaluate your website. We'd love to do that for you. So if you want to interact with us, we'd love to help you out in any way that we can. Next, and if you're watching this on YouTube, all you got to do is go back to awesomedynamic.com, click on the link that's there on my website for this particular webinar, and go in through Google Hangouts, and that allows you to interact during this webinar. So we love people that interact. Again, you click on the question answer. There's the Ask a Question button in the lower right-hand corner. If you'd share who you are and what your website is, we'd love to help you out. So with that being said, do that at any time. As soon as I see your question pop up, we'll definitely address that when we get to the next stopping point. But we're going to proceed to talking about how to use the Google Keyword Planner. So what is the importance of the Keyword Planner? Robin, do you want me to lead in with that, or you feel comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So Google Keyword Planner is a great way to learn a whole bunch of information about the keywords that are out there. Google has a lot of data. Obviously, they got millions of people searching their website all the time, and the Keyword Planner is a tool that they provide that helps you to, well, their intention behind it is to help you select keywords to do some paid advertising through their pay-per-click AdWords. But you can also glean a lot of information off of what they provide in this tool to use that for your organic SEO ranking as well. You can learn, if there's a lot of people searching for the word, it'll tell you, what level of competition you have in general terms. It'll tell you how much people are paying for that word, so you can kind of get an idea of, is my competition finding this word competitive or valuable? So there's a lot of interesting information that you can get from looking at the information that comes with the Keyword Planner. So in order to access the Keyword Planner, you have to have a Google account, and that just means you have to have a regular email account through Google Apps, or you can have a Gmail account, and you're able to get into the Google Keyword Planner. And Robin, if you wouldn't mind, hit the back button once. Sure. So to find it, Robin just typed in Google Keyword Planner into Google, and this first result that came up, she clicked on, and that brings us to the page. And if we sign in, it says sign in at the top. It also says sign in with AdWords on the bottom. All right. And I just noticed, we'll revisit this in a second. And as this is coming up, when you get into the Keyword Planner here, we see that you can find new keywords. It says plan your budget. If we're just going to use this information for getting data on what kind of keywords we would have, you come into this interface. And Robin, would you mind flipping back to the other screen that you were on? I know it was on your profile.
I'm not signed down. Yeah.
Okay. So click on that Find New Keywords there.
All right. Search for new keywords using a phrase or multiple keyword lists to get new keyword ideas.
We'll do the first one.
All right.
And you can see on the right there, it gives you actually how-to. It says how to use the planner, how to use organic data, building a display campaign. Now this may look different. When you go and visit this, it might be different than what we're showing right now if you watch a recording of this, but that's just the nature of technology. It's always changing. So if you see something a little bit different, that might be because Google's made some changes to the interface. But here it says enter one or more of the following, and we enter in your product or service. So let's say we're doing web design, for example. Put in web design.
All right.
All right, and let's do the landing page of our responsive web design. How does that sound? She's going to grab the URL of that page and then go back and punch that in as the landing page. So you can see, you know, it'll also gather information on your website if you put that on there. And then what's our product category? And this is going to help if it's going to evaluate some of your competition. And I think there's probably a web category. We can either type it in there or we can scroll through the list. So probably web design and development. Excellent. And then it says targeting.
I like to keep these really general.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first search.
Yeah. And then it says get ideas.
And yeah, this is like if you want to put something in that you don't want, or if you want to include something definitely. There's a lot of different things you can use, especially this one too. If you're targeting United States, you can change even the location you want to target, if it's a certain city or if it's a certain state. You can actually get way more specific.
Yeah, and all these options are changeable. So if you want to really whittle down to a particular geographical region, say just a few towns or something like this, this will give you the ability to get some really great information about what's happening in your area.
Yeah, for the first search, I like to go really general, all US, all keywords included, and you get a ton of data back. So you can definitely break this down a little bit more. But you can see that, okay, so we have, for August, we have over 300,000 searches total for this specific keyword, web design.
Yeah, it's funny that January is so high in our business of doing websites. I always get an influx of business. Well, it's always slow, November, December, and then January it increases. Everybody's at the beginning of the year. We got to get something done. So it kind of goes with the
follows
business
the trend.
Yeah, exactly. And then down here it gives it. Look at all the different versions of the keyword. So it's already producing some different ideas. So we see web design company, web design.
Yep. There's even a button for keyword ideas. So these are specific words that you can rank for, and I usually like to put them in, so competition or average monthly searches, we can put it in order of average monthly searches, so you can find so we want to do high traffic, low competition.
Right. So we're able to find that magical combination.
Yeah. And it's pretty difficult depending on your industry, because you can see that a lot of the low competition words may also have low traffic. So you want to find something that has a little bit higher traffic. So we're getting to like 600s over here. But there's plenty of pages. I mean, there's 800 keywords. We're only looking at the first, 60 of them right here.
Right. Now, if we wanted to whittle this down, I feel compelled to do this now. I'm like, okay, well, this is for the entire United States. What if I just want to look in my local area, and I want to see, well, what do people look for?
All right, so we can do. I like to click on the advanced search because you can zoom in to where you want to go, and you can actually press this little button here. Gives you like you can draw a polygon. It's not doing it right now. But if I put in like
the city first.
Yeah. I'll just try Illinois really quick and then see if. All right, so let's just do Round Lake. And then I can actually change this. Yeah, there it was. Round Lake. I can actually move these if it'll let me. And move.
It seems to be finicky. I know exactly what it's supposed to let you do, and that's to drag the edges. But for some reason, it looks like it's not behaving as it has in the past, or maybe they've changed something, which is very typical. But regardless, let's hit done. So we'll just look at Lake County in general.
And you can put. I can put Lake County as well. So you see, I'm adding them all over here. So I can remove this one. I can even take that one off, and then it'll only concentrate on these couple of towns right here.
Okay.
And so it has Lake County and Round Lake. All
That
right.
includes just people searching in the middle of the lake as well. All right.
And you got to press save, and then it'll reload these results.
And
Okay, so we can see this. Oh, go ahead.
So go reorganize the average monthly searches so it's the other way around. So you can see that responsive web design, if you were to look at that with the United States, I'm sure it was thousands of results. But if we look at it, whittling it down to just Lake County, Illinois, it's only 50. So it kind of gives you a better idea of, okay, in my geographical area that I've targeted, how many people are searching for this word. And then what's amazing to me is how much people pay for it on the right. So if you look at the right, you see 21.29, 20.22. That's a suggested bid that if you were going to pay for AdWords for one click on that word. So it's a very if you see something that's high, that means that a lot of other companies are really valuing the clicks on that word, and they wouldn't be paying that much if they weren't closing some of those people who click into actual customers. If they close a customer for let's say that 5 people click at $21.99 or $21.29, and they close one of those as a customer that spends $1,000, then it might be worthwhile for them. So that's essentially the way you look at this. But the idea here is we're trying to get an idea of what are the average monthly searches, what other words can I use, and I'm not suggesting that you use AdWords to promote traffic to your website. I'm suggesting that you use the keyword planner to get ideas, learn more about the keywords, what are the average monthly searches, can we learn about the competition, etc. All right, so using what other things can we do with the keyword planner tool? I want to wrap up talking about other things that we can look at.
Sure. Well, I would say that this is a great guideline to get started with, and it gives you hard numbers to look at, but also that you know your customers best and you know which words, probably just off of the top of your head, that are already on your website, and a combination of this just backing you up with numbers. So to create a list of your top keywords, you can start with a bunch and then just whittle it down based on some of these numbers, and also something that's off of this chart, because not every keyword phrase is actually on this chart.
And Robin, I want to make mention, if you scroll back up, there's the option there to download the list, so you can actually download these keywords, so you can use them in Excel or something like that. To play with them a little bit more. But the idea is we want to make decisions on which keywords we're going to use to rank our website based on real data. You don't want to just guess and hope for the best. This actually gives you real data to make decisions on, which is awesome. So, all right. Well, I think that kind of wraps up the intro to the keyword planner. There's, again, a lot more information on this if you they offer some tools, a lot of help, and let me see, is the help available in here? If we were to,
let's see.
I remember there used to be a help button in the upper right, but
right here under the settings gear, right, you can press help.
Right, and you can always go to.
You can get phone help.
Neat. And then they have live chat there.
Very cool.
All right, excellent. That's today. But who knows what it'll be next week. But then the other thing you do, you could always just hop onto YouTube, search Google Keyword Planner tips and tricks, and I'm sure there's a million people with lots of different insights into how they use the Keyword Planner to get information. So definitely check that out. Spend some time in here to find out what you want to do, and come up with an action plan on which keywords you think are going to be best for you. All right, so that wraps up the accessing and using the keyword planner. All right, so then, therefore, we have a couple questions for the webinar. I see that we have a question from Joan. So she's joined us. Great. VibrantHealthandHealing.com does not come up. My clients want to give me a review. How do I get listed? Okay, so thank you, Joan. We actually took a look at that right at the very beginning. We noticed, and I'll pull this here, Robin. Let's pull it up again. You want to go to GYBO?
All right, GYBO.com.
And that stands for Get Your Business Online. It's a Google program to help small businesses get their business online. And then we typed in or you click on the Check My Business on the upper right. And then type in Get Your Business, or not Get Your Business Online, Vibrant Health and Healing. And it didn't come up in the thing. It says your business is not on the map. But then we clicked on Let's Get Started. And what's interesting is then you do show up in here. So there's something funky happening with your listing.
It's probably just not claimed.
Yeah, it might not be claimed, verified. So what you can do, Joan, is send us your Google username and password. Do not do that in this webinar, but email it to me and let me know when you have, and then we'll log in with your account and go through the claim and verification process for you right here on the webinar. But please email that to me. Let me know when you've sent that, and we'll hop in there and help you out with that. So then we'll come back to this. So then the other question we have here is from Helping Hand Services. I think this is Emma, and Emma says, I'm not sure. I live the webinar. I don't have sound and got a black screen. Well, I'm very sorry that's happening. You can always watch the recording if you're having some technical issues. Very sorry about that. I don't run the software that's through Google Hangouts, so if you have that experience, Google that in combination with Google Hangouts on Air, and I'm sure there's some other folks that might be having the same issues, and you might be able to figure out what's going on there. All right, so Joan, again, when you have that ready, email that to me, and then let me know through the question and answer area that you sent it, and we'll get this going for you. All right, so then let's go on to our next topic while we're waiting for Joan to send that to us. And that is creating a top 50 keyword list. And we talked about this Google Keyword Planner and looking at all these different words that are here, and we want to make sure that we're choosing the right keywords. We talked about low competition, high traffic, and it's a different. There's different those two different factors to consider. The idea of looking at this competition where it just says high, medium, low doesn't really give us a lot of data to work with. So another method that we like to use to look at the competition is just going into Google in general and typing in a keyword with the quotes around it. So since we used web design before, I suppose we could use that again. So if I type in web design and just hit enter here, we're going to see that those two words exist in that order 170 million times. But if we make the word a little bit more long tail, so web design in Lake County, we've kind of restricted and only 5,100 results, which is great. I mean, anything under 12,000 will be relatively easy to rank for. Anything between 12 and 60,000 is going to be a little bit harder. 60 to 120 is going to be a little bit more, and anything over 120,000 could take a little bit of time.
Yeah, and some of these websites are just third-party results with not a ton of content on them, so you can definitely rank above some of these.
Right. Absolutely. So this is a great thing to use to find out, well, what is the competition exactly, and then by giving you those numbers, we see 5,100 results. That's under 12,000. That's something that that's going to be a great keyword for me to go for if I wanted to rank in Lake County for that particular keyword. So using that information is really really helpful. So let's look at another keyword. I was talking with Bonnie Rickman the other day, and she does business coaching. So if we swap out web design for business coaching, if you wouldn't mind replacing that, Robin. So do business coaching. All right, and we see that business coaching has 1.2 million results. But if we add in a town name, so if we do a town name of, let's say, Libertyville, or town could be even a city, Chicago, you'll see the differences here. So Libertyville, very small town, northern suburb of Chicago. Now let's replace Libertyville with Chicago. All right, and here we can see, oh, there's quite a bit more. So if
Still
you,
pretty low though.
yeah, it is. It is actually pretty low. So the idea here is we can do different versions to learn about the keyword. So as you're building your top 50 keyword list, putting these different terms in with the double quotes and recording that number that says about 50,000 results or about 50,400 results, recording that in your in a, you know, we like to use an Excel sheet to track this information. You're able to begin to build, okay, well, what is the competition for each of these different words? So that's the method we use to do this. The other thing that we look at is the relevancy. We talked about traffic that you kind of get from the AdWords Keyword Planner, and commerciality. So let's talk about relevancy for a second. So keyword relevancy is, you know, is this keyword relevant to what I do? So one thing that I thought was interesting is, let's type in how to, in the search result there, how to plan for retirement. And you don't even have to put the quotes.
Okay.
So if we search how to plan for retirement, you know, maybe a financial planning firm, you know, would they want to rank for this, or would they not want to rank for it? And you can see these different people are paying for AdWords here. And if you scroll down a little bit, we can see some of the different ads that show up. But we're not seeing local results getting triggered, and that's because Google, and I was going to reiterate this as well, yeah, it's not a local key term. The person that's typing how to plan for retirement is not looking to spend money with somebody. They're looking for information. So they're not looking to hire a financial planner. But if we change those words to say financial planner instead of how to plan retirement, or retirement, just put financial planner. You can even try retirement financial planner or something like that. But we see that Google triggers the local results, and if you scroll down, you see all the little red push pins or the little map there telling you about people who are nearby. So, you know, the intention of the search is really the keyword relevancy. So you don't want to go crazy trying to rank for a whole bunch of keywords that might not be relevant. So you're going to put yourself in the shoes of the searcher. What is it that they're actually looking for with this keyword? So you might find a keyword that has low competition and high search volume, but it might not be relevant to what you're doing. And although that might yield a bunch of traffic coming to your website, if they're not looking to do business or spend money based on the relevancy of the keyword, you're just getting a bunch of traffic that's not going to result in any conversions or sales or leads, etc. So that's another thing to think about. You know, what is the intention of the keyword being searched, and is that intention going to yield you any benefit?
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out that these couple of results, like this result and the 7 times you need to talk to a financial advisor, that's a great kind of cross-breed result, because you are giving great information. It's a good idea for like blogs and adding more content to your website, but you're also advertising your business in this kind of content. So this is really like high relevancy content.
Right. So go ahead and click on that 7 times article, for example. This is on money.usnews.com, and we can see that, you know, this article is actually, it wouldn't be ranking well if it wasn't offering really good advice. So as you scroll through here, but then
so there's
you notice,
a little plug right here for, you know, that specific advisor.
Right.
And then you get the good info over here, and then usually somewhere towards the end of the article, there's like another plug for them. So it's you get good information from a professional, and you get great content on your website, but you also get that, you know, if someone's actually wanting to hire you, you have that, and also it gives you SEO value for ranking higher if you have a link back to your website or external links as well.
Mm-hmm. And you can see they also have the ads on the left. They have some call to action on the I'm sorry, the right on there. So I'm not saying that it's not good to rank for that keyword, but if you're just starting out, try and rank for keywords where someone's intending to buy right away, and then after you get that handled, then begin creating fresh content of things that people are looking for to expose your brand to them with a high quality article talking about something that people might be looking for. All right, and then commerciality, if you wouldn't mind, Robin, going back to that keyword planner tool.
Okay.
Commerciality essentially means, if other people are paying for this word, then it's likely that they have found value in paying for the word. So it doesn't
I'm
mean.
just going to do Lake County and put in financial.
Sure.
Financial planner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We need a different landing page. I can just take the landing page out, in fact.
But while it's loading there, the commerciality essentially, if other people are paying for that keyword and they're paying a lot for it, that means that other people other companies or your competition is finding that word to be beneficial enough to pay for and yielding enough business or click-throughs and new clients, new leads that it's worth paying for. So if you see words that have a high dollar amount, the traffic is decent, and the competition is low, that actually, so here's a great example. So
I'll go to keyword ideas instead.
Okay.
It's a little more clear.
Sure.
All right, so if I put it highest bid first.
All right, and we'll see what's the first one. See that one that says medium, and it says best financial advisors?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a perfect example where the there's people paying $37.59 for one of those clicks, and the competition isn't that high. And if you're able,
the traffic's not high.
Yeah, the traffic's not high. Try organize by competition. See if we can get something. See if we do it by low, and see if anybody's paying for low competition keywords. I love looking at this. Okay, so Homecoming's financial.
Oh, right here.
Oh, there you go. So financial advisor salary. So I imagine that maybe firms that are looking to hire financial planners are paying for that. But the point is here, the companies that are paying for this keyword could probably better spend their money on organic searches, because then they wouldn't have to pay $13.35 a click anymore. They could just rank a page on their website really easily for that keyword and not have to pay for each click. So this, and that essentially boils down to not knowing that that's possible or how to do it. But if there's words like that, those are huge opportunities. People are paying a lot of money for it, but they don't know any better, so they don't know how to rank a page organically. All right, so then that kind of wraps up the creating a top 50 keyword list. You use all this information to create the list of your top 50 keywords. All right, so now I saw Joan. Joan, I wasn't ignoring you. I was just finishing up the points that we were going through here. Joan asked a couple more questions. I'm going to post the one. She goes, can my clients in Europe give me a review as easily as a client in the U.S.? And the answer should be yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been asked that question, but they should just be able to use the Google Maps app or just their Google account to search for you and leave a review. That shouldn't be a problem. And then she did say she emailed me the email and password, and I do have it. So, Robin, I'm going to message that to you, and then we'll continue with that process here for Joan. So that should be in your and actually, don't hit continue. Let's do a incognito window.
Okay.
So this way we don't attach it to your account. Go in incognito. And it's all that means for those of you that are watching is we don't want it to be attached to an Awesome Dynamic account. We want it to be attached to yours. So we're gonna log in with Joan's information here. And then we're going to visit after we get that in there, we're going to visit the gybo.com website. Oh, it brought me to the
Oh,
right
I
place.
put the
Awesome.
URL in.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, which we showed a couple times in this webinar. So bring us to here. We're going to say we want this one. It's setting up Google My Business for you. Okay.
Right.
And it says email me or mail me my code. So we're going to click on the thing. It says it's going to send you this postcard. Robin's going to punch in your name here. Since we are partners with Google, we have access to a special form that we're going to fill out, which is going to expedite the verification. Up here it says verification will be mailed to you for 1 to 2 weeks, and that you have to use the code within 30 days. But that's for people that don't know Awesome Dynamic, because what we can do is go to gybo.com/verifymybusiness, all one word, and fill out this handy dandy little form. Robin has it bookmarked, so she's going to click on that. And then we're just going to put in your first and last name, so Joan Zietlow. And your Google username is going to be the Gmail account that you sent over. And Blake, while we're doing this, make sure you put in the show notes there. It's the gybo.com/verifymybusiness, all one word. And it says, at what event did you access this verification form? And the answer is an Awesome Dynamic webinar. And which organization hosted this event? And that's Awesome Dynamic. And the email address of the partner hosting the event is mine. So you put paul@awesomedynamic.com. I am authorized, acting on your behalf here, Joan. You and I talked about this earlier today.
Yeah, it's
And-
like the fast pass to the postcard over there. But you technically do have to submit the postcard before you fill out the sheet.
Right, so you have to click on that button. For those of you that are watching that, click that button, and then once you do, you can come here, fill this out, and then our contact, Tim at Google, will be emailing you, Joan, at joan.zietlow@gmail.com. He'll be emailing you, and he might ask a question, or might just do the basic verification. But once you're verified, then people can start leaving you reviews.
Yeah, and you'll know you're verified because there'll be a little check mark next to this circle right here.
That's correct. And there's a lot of information you can fill out on here. We have done this many times on the webinar, and I don't know that we need to. We actually don't have a lot of time for the rest of this
You just go
webinar
ahead and
today.
fill out all this info.
Yeah. So what, Joan? What you want to do is log into your Gmail account. Now, let's show her how to get to there. So let's just go back to just google.com.
All right, I'll do an incognito window.
Mm-hmm.
Google.
And up in the address bar, Robin, just type in google.com/business.
Good.
So Joan, this is where you would go to manage that profile and fill all the information out. See, it says
Just
sign in. Yeah. And then you're going to punch in your username and password here. So Robin, you want to do that really quick?
All right.
But yeah, this is how you get into your listing and manage it. So while you're waiting for Tim at Google to help you, you'll be able to hop in here and fill out all your information. So you can do that while you're waiting for that verification to go through. And see how it says Vibrant Health and Healing? That's the one on the left there. You're going to manage that page. And just go in here, click the edit button. There's all sorts of things you can fill out. If you want to go back and watch some of our other webinars, we go into great detail on exactly what you should be doing on here. But essentially fill out everything to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get that verified from Tim, yeah, add your photos, add a logo, all that good stuff. And then once you get that done and you get it verified, then people can begin leaving you reviews. Your happy customers can begin leaving your reviews on your business. So that was the problem. The problem was, Joan, you didn't have a verified listing. So it did exist, it just was not verified. So we'll get you taken care of. Tim from Google will be contacting you and get that done, and then you'll be ready to rock and roll. All right. What other anything else we'd like to mention? I know we only have a few minutes left because it's 3:54 Central Time. Robin's bringing out the Awesome Dynamic Academy, of course. We have over 100 courses that tell you how to do all these different things online. In fact, different parts of this particular webinar will be used as videos for these different courses. So we're constantly creating videos, new content on how to do this stuff. So this way, as you're going through each of the different topics that we have, you're able to watch specific videos on how to do those different things. On awesomedynamicacademy.com, that's how you can access all these different webinars that we've done. Robin's scrolling through here. We have the show notes in there, so if you scroll below each of these different YouTube videos, you can see that at each minute marker, Blake has indicated what we've been talking about. So this way, if you want to jump to a certain section, you can do that. So Joan, if you're looking to learn more about how to optimize your Google listing, go to awesomedynamicacademy.com, click on the webinars button, and scroll through there and look for some show notes that talk about what about optimizing your listing. Then if you come in here, Robin's showing us the initial sign up. We're giving away some free memberships to the Awesome Dynamic Academy. So if you go to awesomedynamic.com, click on SEO, and then this little area that says time to change. On the right, we have the name and email address. You just fill that out, tell us which option you'd like, and then we'll get you the first several people or so will be able to get a free membership for a limited period of time. If you're looking to hire us straight up for SEO and just have us help you or do some consulting, you can see that our pricing's here. A lot of people lately have been doing the consulting, the expert consulting. So we essentially work collaboratively to help you with that. What else here? What else do we have? What am I missing, Robin? Oh, the events. So you can always come to our homepage, awesomedynamic.com. All of our events are on here, so you scroll down to the, I gotta remove some of these. We see this, when's upcoming, next week. So next week on Thursday the 24th is our next webinar at 12:30 Central Time, and our next review party is on Wednesday the 22nd at the Cross Training Playground in Lake Forest. Our webinars are online. You can attend it from anywhere. Our review parties are in-person events that happen in northern Lake County, north of Chicago. So those are things that you can attend if you're in this area. And if you're interested in getting on our email list or learning about any other stuff that we have on our homepage, we have this Get on the Awesome list. So again, punch your email and name and email address in here, what you're interested in, and we'll get you on our different mailing lists. So I think that wraps it up. Robin, Blake, you guys have any additional comments before we close down this, wrap up the show? It looks like you were about to say something. No, and that's okay. So very good. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and I just want to highlight here, Joan said, thanks a ton, Paul and Awesome Dynamics. So Joan, we look forward to seeing your listing online so we can leave you a 5-star review. You've helped me quite a bit on some different ideas to help my wife with her health issues, and I appreciate that. And I'd love to make a comment about that on your Google listing and give you a review for that help. So please follow through getting that done. I'd love to leave you a 5-star review for that. All right, that's a wrap, and we'll talk to you folks later.
Take care.